Just got through like half of my items. Hey, Joshua. Daniel.
I'm glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you?
I need some medical assistance.
I should be able to.
Scrapes, burns, and bullet wounds.
It looks like you have a few nasty injuries, but nothing I haven't seen before. Want me to fix you up?
Oh, come on. 300 caps?
Hold still.
Thank you. Oh, alright. You.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
I got some stuff to sell. Can I ask you some personal questions?
It's not something I enjoy, but I pray to God that someone may learn from my mistakes. What would you like to know?
Speech 70, yeah, right. Were you always with the New Canaanites?
I was born in Ogden, what people came to call New Canaan. Things were more peaceful when I was growing up.
Oh.
When I was a young man, I went out into the world to do missionary work, as all New Canaanites do. I traveled along the Long 15 and followed 89 south into Arizona. Along the way, I met two men from a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse. Edward Sallow and Bill Calhoun. They came to teach the tribes. Calhoun was a good man. Edward was the one who got us into trouble down the road.
Was one of those men Caesar?
No, not then. Back then, he was just Edward. Smart man. Young, but we all were. We thought we could hike into the Grand Canyon and talk to Blackfoots. We did. And the Blackfoots were friendly enough at first. But eventually... I've thought back to that day so many times. I must have mistranslated. Something must have been mixed up, because the Blackfoots decided we weren't going to leave. The rest is history. Assuming Edward hasn't changed it.
How did he end up as Caesar's legate, then?
This way lies the path to hell. Caesar needed me to translate. Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle. Leading in battle became training, punishing, terrorizing. A series of small mistakes before a great fall. And I stayed in that darkness until after Hoover Dam. After I failed Caesar and he had me burned alive, thrown into the Grand Canyon.
How did you survive?
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on. The next morning,
Such a raw
I woke
quote.
up and crawled out of the northern edge of the Grand Canyon. That cursed place. It took me 3 months to reach New Canaan. It was as though the prodigal son had returned. They welcomed me like I had never left. Never done anything to shame them. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. I will never be able to repay the debt I owe to them. But I must try.
Got anything to trade?
Yes. Take a look.
Any more
It's
personal
not
questions
something-
you have? What do you know about the war between Caesar and the NCR?
I try not to involve myself with matters of the Mojave anymore. All I
Fair
know
enough.
is from before the Battle of Hoover Dam.
What do you think of the NCR then?
Better than Caesar, but that's not a high standard. Too much love of money and ownership. Not enough love of God and giving.
Fair enough.
Any society that derives its power and authority from the will of man alone lives apart from God and will crumble in the end.
Sounds like you want a theocracy. What do you know about Mr. House?
I had heard of him, but when we were preparing to enter the Mojave, he didn't seem relevant to what was happening. From what I've learned since Hoover Dam, he handled the Mojave tribes in a fashion not entirely dissimilar from Caesar. It It's too bad.
Guessing you don't like Caesar very much.
Love the sinner, hate the sin. With Caesar, it's often very difficult to see through all of that sin to the person inside. I can say that we were both lucky that NCR's supply lines and land routes north of Mojave Outpost were destroyed before the Battle of Hoover Dam. Something bad happened near Death Valley, at a place called the Divide. NCR couldn't cut across anymore, and it slowed down the reinforcements. Terrible storms ripped entire companies apart before they even got to Nevada soil. The aftermath of Hoover Dam could have been even worse for Caesar.
What's at the Divide?
I don't know for certain, and I don't think NCR knows either. Whatever happened at the Divide was too much for them to handle. Our Frumentari told us what they saw. Only fools and madmen would march into a place like that. All roads wind down to the same spot, the grave. They said all that's
Cool.
left there is a gaping wound cut into the earth, cursed and damned. No place for God-fearing folk.
Well, goodbye. Prickly pear fruit, a lot of fruit, steel. This is about to suck.
I'm glad to see you're still...
I checked in on everything in the valley and got you the map of Grand Staircase.
I appreciate it. Well, that's it. This is all we need. Now all that's left is to quietly pack up and try to get out of here without being noticed. That's assuming that Joshua won't try to stop me. And that he hasn't talked you into fighting the Whitelegs despite what I've said. Don't worry, I don't hold it against you. You're an outsider. Fighting seems like the practical solution.
Here's the thing. I
tell you
can't
again.
fight.
There's more at stake.
Here's the final choice in the DLC. But guess what? I've done everything already. That's a lot of XP. I leveled up with a perk. Nice. Don't worry, I think leaving Zion's for the best.
It may be. I hope it is. To tell the truth, if something goes wrong, more sorrows could die in the escape than in Joshua's proposed attack. Even knowing that, it's a risk I have to take. With your help and Joshua's, even if we're attacked, we can defend the sorrows and escape.
Wishful
We'll be
thinking.
traveling at night in small groups across the valley. With luck, the Whitelegs won't know what's happened until the next morning. But if the Whitelegs realize what's happening, Joshua and I will need you to help us escape. Don't hold back. I promise you, the Whitelegs won't.
I don't
Once our
hold back,
path is
I just
clear, I'll
shoot.
give you everything you need to get back to the Mojave. But the Pine Creek Tunnel must be collapsed behind us. It's the only way to delay the Whitelegs' pursuit long enough for us to get a head start. Good luck, and may God be with us.
And all my stuff. Alright. I need this at 90. I need this at 90. I have 2 more points that I can put anywhere. Kind of sucks to have these 2 points. I'm almost maxed out science. Let's put... it's not going to help anything. Continue. Jury rigging. Makes so unique items can be repaired. Power armor with metal armor, heavy armor. Yeah, it's just so much better. But what's the perks that I missed out on? Literally just computer whiz. Yeah, that's not one I want. What other level 18 perks are there? Sorry, I know I go through this every time. Gun 60 for concentrated fire, right? Medicine 60 for chemist. Infiltrator. No. Unarmed, paralyzing palm. Survival 50. Oh, yeah. And level 20 is technically the last level in the game, or 30? 30. 30 was the last level in the game, base game. So. But I'm getting jury rigging. Going to make sure I have that selected. Because guess what? I can now repair all my junk with laser. Though I have to be careful now with all my junk.
Daniel must have made it to the tunnel by now. But there are sorrows all over the valley. We have to help them and get Daniel out of here.
Alright, let's go.
Right.
Way of the Canaanite. Any 45 caliber auto pistol has less spread and is twice as likely to store critical hits. One sec as I go through my inventory.
No thanks. No thanks. The time for talk is past. The Lord's...
Son of a specialton. Okay. That was annoying. Is fast travel just permanently disabled during this section? I think so. Crap. Well, time to do all the optional stuff, because I like power leveling, and I am an idiot when it comes to progression. Also, after this, I should have the best light armor in the game. Joshua's armor. You'd be surprised how good that SWAT armor is. How lightweight it is for its armor durability. And since I have jury rigging, I'm able to just keep that armor in good condition forever, almost. Gosh dang, it's on the other side. Nope, nothing worth it. I only have like a pound plus. Oop, ow. Alright. And now Joshua's lost somewhere. He'll pop up somehow, one way or the other. But yeah, since I've already visited all these locations, gotten all the map markers, I've been everywhere. It's just a matter of taking out the white legs that are still harassing the sorrows and leaving. I may have to fight.
That's it. Die where you stand.
Oh, that wasn't one that was low health. It just tricked me into thinking it was low health. Reload. Headshots, headshots, headshots. Ooh! There goes all your legs! Sometimes I feel like I'm not firing bullets, but garrote. Sorry, it's going to be a lot of item management. As I just wipe out the white legs, search for the key. I don't have a lockpick skill high enough. Where? Key. You guys are free to go. Get going. Any explosives? Baseball. Shotgun rounds. Okay. Data. Quests. Speak with the dead. Tab. Items. Aid.